had been talking a little bit about the cold weather, so I guess I got to share a little bit about today. Yesterday got a lot warmer. This is Thursday, the December 18th, but yesterday got some warmer, but it was still pretty raw out there in the afternoon. But today is just absolutely beautiful. It's probably 45 or 48. Saturday, yeah, it's supposed to get colder again and be back a little more seasonal, so yeah, we're thankful for a few warm days here. We got new calf nipple buckets here. Our old ones were getting some age to them, and we use these galvanized ones. They're really easy to keep clean and keep sanitized, but there's like a glue down around the bottom. It eventually starts deteriorating where they kind of sealed the bottom. We like to switch our calves over onto a nipple bucket when they're, I don't know, probably by the third or fourth feeding at the most, as soon as they're drinking good. And then that seems to help them take on to the nipple bar feeders a lot easier. So yeah, if we feed them the bottle the whole time, seems like it takes them a little more to get onto the nipple bar feeder. Yeah, this is Sunday morning here, and we had a royal mess on our hands here this morning. Our electric blinked here yesterday, and I say blinked, it was terrible windy, and it blinked several times, but the one time it was just kind of like went low, like the lights in the house went dim for a little bit, and then they came back on, and yeah, blew my one computer out in the house, and I'm not sure, my daughter has some stuff she's having trouble with at her house. We're gonna have to look into. I come up here this morning. We have a timer on a piston pump that runs our manure pump. It pumps the manure from our reception pit here at the end of the freestall barn over into our big pit. Man, I opened the door this morning here at the end of the barn, and we have alley scrapers that kept scraping, and yeah, there was manure backed up the alleys probably 20-30 feet, and this big mess here. I got it all pushed in and finishing cleaning up what's shoved over the past here. But yeah, the pump's still working fine. It just messed something up with the timers, so I'm not sure if I just need to reset the time or if something else happened, but it normally don't do that when just the electric blinks. Anyway, we'll get it figured out here, and at least we can turn the pump on and get it to pump empty. So it's going to take about twice as long as normal though, because of all the manure that was backed up in here. And apparently last evening it didn't run right, and the guys that were milking must not have thought about it. It wouldn't have been overflowing. It normally kicks on and runs twice a day, about every 12 hours. So yeah, it wouldn't have been overflowing last night yet. But anyway, we'll get finished cleaning up here. Usually don't have manure shoved over. Like there's your scrape alley up through there. And then you come, here's where it's sort of drop into the pit, but there's probably good, you can't maybe tell it on here, but there's a good 6 or 8 inches of manure pushed over onto the other side. But thankfully it's an easy fix. It's just a little extra frustration. We got it all cleaned up again here and ready to go again. Thankfully the scraper in the one alley was getting near the end, and it soon shoved everything down in that was piled up in the alley. In the other alley, we have a skid loader bucket that we use just for manure, like when we're scraping up heifer barns, stuff like that. That's the only thing we use it for. I put that bucket on and brought it up and pushed the other alley, cleaned the other alley up, so the cows ain't slopping through a bunch of extra manure here. So anyhow, we'll keep on going. Right here's the timer, and yeah, it has a battery backup, so I need to double check it here later. But apparently maybe them batteries went dead or something. But yeah, you can see it's just flashing 12 on there, so I need to reset the time. Usually it holds its the times that were set for the pump to run, so hopefully it is that way, because that's a real pain to get all that set again. But anyway, we'll get the time set and We got it all emptied out, so it should be good to go. We got it all set again, and yeah, I'm not sure how good you can see it, but right there, let me see. Yeah, right there is a low battery symbol. It's kind of dark here in this corner, but anyhow, I didn't see that till I turned my flashlight on, so the batteries must be dead. Here about a year and a half ago, one morning I came up here, and that was a Sunday morning too, and I opened the door and there was a bunch of manure backed up in the alley like that, and I'm like, oh no. And here the motor had went bad on the piston pump. That was only the second time that happened in 24 years now, I guess, since we built the freestall barn. So that was a little more of a chore. We had to replace that motor on a Sunday. So there's a little hydraulic pump there that runs the piston pump, and there's I think it's a 5 horsepower motor on that hydraulic pump. And so yeah, other than that, we've had very little trouble with that pump or the piston pump over the years, the hydraulic pump or the piston pump. So thankful for that. Well, it's Monday morning here. They were going to pour this on Friday. Then we had a bunch of rain over Thursday night into Friday morning, and then it was supposed to get really, really cold Friday night, cold and windy, which it did. So this is Monday morning. It was pretty cold this morning, but it cleared out, or it's been clear. Sun's out and really feels good. It's supposed to get up around 40 today. So yeah, they're pouring the walls. Yeah, it works pretty slick. They can just drive right down along the edge there and keep pouring her in. There, the next truck is showing up already. I didn't ask him how many loads they're going to need, but I doubt it's more than 2. I wouldn't think so. We're not 100% sure. They got the walls all done, got the brackets in the walls for the post. Yeah, I'm not sure if I videoed that at all or not, but they have like 4 pieces of rebar welded onto the bottom of these that stick down in the concrete. And yeah, I'm guessing they're at least 18 inches long. They were pretty long, the rebar were. I think they're coming back tomorrow to strip the forms off, and we're thinking either Wednesday or Friday of getting these posts set, but we'll see how it all goes. Right here is the milk room that where we'll be mixing up milk. Inside here in this room, the water heater will probably be in the one corner here. There's a drain in the floor right here. It's covered up with tape. They got it covered up with tape right in here. We'll probably set the water heater over in that corner or over in this corner. I ain't sure yet. I need to look at the layout here and figure this all out sometime. Yeah, and then there'll be a doorway right here where you go out. It looks awful skinny, but yeah, they put a 2x6 in the form. There'll be a 36-inch door here where we go in and out. We're putting the posts up today here for the calf barn. With these hoop buildings, you cut the top of the post on a little bit of a slant. The guy that's putting the barn up said he wanted it at a 13-degree angle. So, yeah, and then you put a top plate on there like we're doing. Then we're going to put wire on the outside of here for the curtain, and then there'll be a board here at the top and a board at the bottom of there yet. So, yeah, it's moving along pretty good. the best day we have to get this done. See how we're trying to make good use of it. We have the other side totally done. Now we're starting this side. That side took us about almost 2 hours, a little over an hour and a half. Yeah, so hopefully this side will maybe go a little faster, because the other side we were kind of figuring out a little bit as we started to see how we had to do it all. But yeah, it's going pretty well. We're going to try to stretch the wire up on this side a little different than we did the other side. On the other side, we took a hammer and pried off the edge of the post and pulled the wire, and it got pretty tight. But it's got a little, yeah, it's not too bad, but it's not stretched as tight as it could be. So anyway, we're going to try to stretch that side just a little bit tighter. Yeah, we're coming down the homeward stretch. We got to put a few other boards on and one more board the whole way along the bottom, and we're pretty much done. Yeah, I'm not sure, I forgot to look what time it is here, but we're doing this side faster than we did the other side. Well, we're all done. Probably took us 3.5 hours total. We just finished up putting some Tapcons in the boards there along the bottom there, but yeah, we're got the whole edges ready for the curtain. And the building's ready to go up whenever they're ready.
Everybody's out here just sunning themselves. It is really nice out today, but it's not gonna last. I think by Friday they're talking some rain and sleet, snow. I'm not sure what all they're talking, but kind of not so nice weather. We're enjoying the sunshine today. But these goats, I think I said a little bit about them in some previous videos about them getting out all the time. Well, yeah, some of it has to do with the calf barn. Where the calf barn is being built was their goat pasture, and they're used to going up there, and when we would put up other fences to try to keep them in, they would just go through them and everything, so that didn't work so good. So now we just have them penned in here, and once the calf barn's done, we'll get their fences fixed. We have always put up 4 high tensile wires, just like we did with the cows, and then we put another one lower to the ground, not quite on the ground, but halfway in between, and that always kept them in really good. We don't have too much issues with them getting out until we changed these fences around, and I guess that's what they're all used to. But we took all the little babies out and put them in the babies that were born in the spring. We took them all out, and right here's our Billy. He is the stinkiest thing ever. But anyhow, they obviously can't smell anything because he smells horrible. But he's one big Billy. He's got one big nice beard, and he's actually really nice, because he doesn't try to, I mean, he like stays away. He's not wild, but yet he's just enough to, but he's a nice goat. Our goats, their hair is so thick this year. And even you can see on the horses, their hair is like really thick and fuzzy.
You know, I come out here to do a couple things. It's Sunday afternoon. I didn't have to milk this afternoon, and I thought, well, I don't have a whole lot to do. But I come out here and there's water running out of the one end of the pen of heifers here in the hay, at the end of the hay shed from the trough, and they knocked the whole top off of this thing. About a year ago they did this, probably more than a year ago, and I had fixed it up and refastened it, but I'm gonna have to get a whole new. They have it made in a couple different pieces. This here piece is what goes on or sets in there and covers the float, and then there's a lid you just lay on the top of it, and there's a bolt that goes down through that holds this piece down on top of the watering trough itself. And these ends had cracked here, and I had stuck some extra plates of metal in to hold it, but now they got this side all boogered up over here. So yeah, I'm gonna try to temporarily fix it here for tonight with some straps and stuff to hold it in place, but I'm gonna have to get a whole new piece for it the way that's looking. So anyway, hopefully it don't take me too long here. I took some of that strapping that has holes in it that you can use for all kinds of various things. You can use it to carry things, pipes, you can use it for hangers, you can use it to fasten stuff, but yeah, I took some of that and just fastened it tight from the top to the bottom. But I do want to get a new top piece here, this piece right here, and change that out so it's back right. The holes down on the bottom part are fine. Yeah, down on this part. So apparently over the years of pushing on it and bumping on it, and started wearing these holes a little bit and ended up stripping them all out. I had mentioned this here before. About a year ago it happened here, and I took some little brackets and had a piece of metal that was bent and come down over the edge. It had a hole, went down over the bolt, and that held it fine, but they broke it out some more. So I guess around cattle nothing lasts forever for sure. But other than that, the watering trough's fine. We've had this in for, oh man, I don't know if it's 15 years yet or not, but it has to be getting close. And I are up here just looking around a little bit. Like she said, we put all these walls up for the building yesterday. Got all the wire on. There will be a 4-foot curtain on each side. And yeah, they're hoping to put the trusses up this next week. We have some pretty iffy looking weather here the next several days, so I'm not sure how that'll all work out yet. But yeah, right here is where the milk mixing room will be, where we mix the milk for the calves. We're going to put a water heater in here. I think we'll probably put an 80-gallon in. We have a 50-gallon in down there where we have our calves now. But till we get done with feeding the calves and get done washing out the feeders and stuff, oftentimes we're about out of hot water. So we're going to pour a curb here along this back wall part of it, and there'll actually be a water heater right in that corner. Yeah, we got to build some walls in here and get it insulated so we don't have any trouble with it freezing, but we'll keep showing you some videos as we go along with the progress. We're pretty excited about all the changes that are happening, and I think everybody's pretty happy about what's happening too. Hi, good morning. Today is Wednesday, December 31st. It's the last day of 2025. Kind of a slow week in a lot of ways. Didn't have a whole lot on the go. I had a couple cows that went to auction on Monday. I think we took 6 cows and 2 calves. And today we're going to move heifers. About once a month, every 4 to 5 weeks, we do a complete heifer shuffle. So we call it a heifer shuffle. We move all the heifers around. So yeah, we're planning to do that here today. And tomorrow is New Year's Day, but we're actually setting the trusses for our calf barn. So the guy that's putting the barn up said it would suit them to do it that day, so we're going to do it and get it done. So then the top cover, the cover was supposed to come in or be here, but something got messed up. It actually ain't getting shipped till Friday. It's supposed to get shipped on Friday, so might be another week or so till we get that put on. But we're going to at least get the trusses up. We'll be able to do a bunch of other stuff in the barn and have a lot of other stuff ready. Get the ends closed in a while, and maybe even get the curtains put on before the top cover gets put on, and once the top cover gets here, it'd probably take about a day to stretch that on and be done and be ready to put calves in. So we'll see how it all works out.